We all know the feeling, that creeping doubt, that voice in our head that whispers, "What if you fail?" Or, "You're not good enough." Negative thoughts have a way of hijacking our minds, making us feel small, weak, and incapable. They drain our energy, sabotage our confidence, and leave us feeling stuck. But what if I told you that you could silence this inner critic? What if you could train your mind to be strong, unshakable, and calm, even in the face of life's greatest challenges? This isn't just wishful thinking. It's exactly what the Stoics mastered over 2,000 years ago. The Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, went through very difficult times. They experienced struggles that most people cannot even imagine: war, exile, slavery, betrayal. But they didn't let negative thoughts control them. They used smart ways to stay calm. These strategies helped them think clearly, stay focused, and stay in control. Today we're going to break down these ancient Stoic techniques and apply them to our modern lives. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to conquer negative thinking once and for all. This is Stoic Empire, and today we kill negativity. Part 1. Why do we think negatively? Before we learn how to defeat negative thinking, we need to understand why our brains do this in the first place. Negative thinking isn't random. It's part of human evolution. Our ancestors needed to be hyper-aware of dangers in order to survive. Think about living in a place where wild animals could attack any time. There wouldn't be enough food to eat. Trusting the wrong person could even cost your life. In this kind of environment, constantly anticipating the worst was a survival mechanism. Even though we don't live in the wild anymore, our brain still operates with this outdated system. Instead of focusing on real physical dangers, it creates mental dangers. We obsess over what people think of us. We replay past mistakes. We imagine worst-case scenarios that will likely never happen. This is what Marcus Aurelius warned us about when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Our mind is an incredible tool, but if we don't learn to control it, it controls us. The Stoics understood this. They recognized that negative thoughts aren't the problem. The problem is how we react to them. Now let's explore how the Stoics turned their minds into fortresses of strength and wisdom. Part 2. The Stoic Mindset: How to Stop Negative Thinking. The Stoics had a simple rule: you cannot control the world, but you can control your mind. This is the foundation of Stoic philosophy. Let's look at 3 strong Stoic methods that help remove negative thoughts. 1. The dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can change. One of the biggest sources of stress in life comes from worrying about things we cannot control. The opinions of others, the past, the future, random misfortunes. But here's the truth: no amount of worrying will change these things. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "Happiness and freedom start when we understand one simple idea. Some things are in our control, and some things are not." Imagine holding 2 baskets. One basket is labeled, "Things I can control," and the other is labeled, "Things I cannot control." Whenever a negative thought arises, place it in the correct basket. If it belongs in the cannot control basket, let it go. If it belongs in the can control basket, take action. The moment you start doing this, your mind becomes lighter. 2. Premeditatio malorum. Expect the worst, but don't fear it. One of the greatest fears we all have is the fear of the unknown. What if I lose my job? What if I fail? What if something bad happens? The Stoics had a unique way of handling this anxiety. They imagined the worst-case scenario in advance. This practice is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Seneca advised, "Rehearse in your mind. Poverty, exile, torture, war, all these have happened to men before you. They will happen again. And if they do, you will endure them." By mentally preparing for the worst, you strip it of its power. Afraid of public speaking? Imagine yourself stumbling over your words, then realize that even if that happens, you'll survive. Worried about losing money? Picture it happening. See yourself adapting, finding solutions, and moving forward. When you do this, the unknown no longer scares you. Instead, you meet life with preparedness, not panic. 3. Amor fati. Love your fate, no matter what happens. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is amor fati, which means love your fate. You should not only accept whatever happens to you, but also welcome it with an open heart. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Imagine your life as a fire. Every challenge, every setback, every hardship is just fuel. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can I use this?" A rejection, a lesson in resilience, a failure, a chance to improve, a setback, a redirection to something greater. When you love everything that happens to you, negative thinking has no room to grow. Part 3. Daily Stoic practices to overcome negative thinking. The Stoics didn't just talk about these ideas, they lived them. Here are daily Stoic exercises you can start practicing today. 1. Morning and evening reflection. Every morning, remind yourself of the dichotomy of control. Every evening, reflect on your day. What went well? What could you improve? 2. Journaling. Get your thoughts on paper. Marcus Aurelius wrote Meditations as a personal journal. It was a place where he reflected on his thoughts and struggles. Try this. When negativity strikes, write it down. Seeing your thoughts on paper makes them less overwhelming. 3. Practicing discomfort. Build mental toughness. Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort to build resilience. Try it. Take a cold shower. Fast for a day. Sleep on the floor. When you expose yourself to discomfort on purpose, you train your mind to be unshakable. Take control of your mind. You are not your thoughts. You have the power to control your mind. So take action. Choose strength. Live like a Stoic. This is Stoic Empire. Until next time, stay strong.